Why do some people have such an easy time making money? They land the big clients, they have no problem charging premium rates, and people pay. And anything they invest in just seems to skyrocket. And then there's the complete opposite, where no matter what you do, money is elusive. It's just one big struggle, a struggle to make and to save. It's just difficult. And then there's the middle ground, where things are okay, sometimes. But more often than not, you find yourself watching every penny, thinking, when the heck am I finally going to put this struggle behind me? Well, today's episode answers those questions. It is the first in a series on money, and it will help you break through any money blocks you may have and set you up for a year of financial growth. Stick with me. The episode begins now. Welcome to Shift or Get Off the Pot, the podcast that helps you get out of your head and into action so you can make your dreams your reality. Let's get to it. Today's episode kicks off season 2 of the podcast, and because it's the beginning of a new year, most of you probably have new goals and ambitions, and I'm going to guess that those goals may involve money on some level. Could be that you're looking to grow your money, make more, keep more, invest more, be more intentional with it. But I'd imagine that money is somewhere in the mix of those goals. And if you haven't yet defined your goals for this year, I would highly suggest you do so, because it is much easier to succeed when you know where you're going and you have a plan to get you there. Back in September and October, I did a 5-part series on goal setting and achieving, and I included some planning guides that will help you to get everything organized for this year and keep you on track. So if you didn't go through it and you want it, I am going to include that down below in the show notes. Today, though, we start a series on something that affects all of us: money. We're going to start with the energy of money. And yes, like everything in this world, money has an energy, which we give it. And no two people give it the same energy, because that depends on how we view money and what our relationship to money is like. We all have a relationship with money. And just like any relationship, it can be a difficult one, hard, struggle, or it can be a fun, enjoyable, happy one. We're going to get into the internal beliefs about money. And later in this series, I will be talking with financial experts and manifestation specialists so that we are going to cover all aspects of money, starting with the inside out. So let's begin by addressing your beliefs about money so that we can ultimately create an abundant mindset. And for some of you, this may require a shift in perspective. Think of money not just as currency, but as a form of energy. The energy involved in earning and the energy expelled when spending. This energy flows through our lives, influencing our actions, our decisions, and ultimately our success. The concept of money, it's existed since we began trading goods with one another. And money in its form and the way we use it has certainly evolved substantially over time. But there are fundamental laws that govern how it functions. Money reflects our intentions and beliefs. So if you want to have an increase in your money, if you're ready for more money to flow to you abundantly, you have to examine your beliefs about money, and you have to take a close look at how you view it. Is it a source of frustration for you? Or is it a source of joy? Is it hard to come by, or is it easy to make and grow? Asking yourself questions like these will help you understand your relationship with money. And that is the first step to attracting more abundance, cultivating a positive, healthy relationship with money. Now, I know that sounds so obvious and it sounds easy because, come on, who doesn't want a positive relationship with money? But if you keep hitting the same financial ceiling, if you keep finding yourself complaining about money or the lack of it, or struggling, or you can't afford the things you want, you definitely don't have a healthy relationship with money. That's it, period. So then you may say, okay, great. I know that. I clearly don't have a positive thing going on here with money, so I got to change that. So I am just going to start writing out my goals, get clear about them. I'm going to think positive, and I'm going to do some affirmations. Well, if it were that easy, everyone would have what they want. And everyone would be a millionaire if that's what they want. But it takes a bit more effort because all change requires effort. It requires us to let go of the familiar, to stretch ourselves and to get out of our comfort zones. And even if you say, I need more money, I can guarantee you, Kim, I am not comfortable. Great. Because that discomfort is the impetus to change. But to change, you need discipline and you need self-awareness. You cannot shift your beliefs if you don't know what they are. So you have to become aware of your patterns of behavior. Now, I personally do not believe that you have to consciously sit down and try to conjure up all your childhood memories that could be causing money issues in order to make a shift. I do think you have to become aware of your actions, which then often bring significant memories to the forefront of your mind. When you've had enough and you are ready to make a change, and even if those memories don't look like anything that would really be affecting you, I guarantee you that the results you're getting are dictated by your habits, which are fueled by your beliefs. So if you want to change the results, you have to change your core belief. And here's where the self-awareness comes into play. So you want to start asking yourself some questions. Things like, where's my focus? Am I constantly thinking of my lack of money? Am I keenly aware that I'm short again this month? And you can go further and ask yourself questions like, is this what I experienced growing up? Did my family have issues with money? Did something happen that perhaps when they did have money, did something happen where we lost it? How did my family or my parents or those I respected talk about money? Questions like these are going to start to trigger some memories, which then allow you to make a choice. The memory may be real, but is the belief you formed based on that memory a fact? Is it serving a purpose in your life now? A purpose that you find helpful? If not, you can choose to change it. Memories hold significance for us based on the amount of emotion that was felt about the experience at the time. So some memories, you may recall, don't carry much weight. But the ones that are impacting your life had a high level of emotion surrounding it at the time you experienced it. So let me give you an example. This is an example based on a friend of mine. A friend of mine who loved to shop and overspend needlessly. However, once she made a decision to change her shopping habits, because she had no more closet space and it was clearly getting out of control. She also missed a couple of charge card payments and ended up with fines and higher interest. So it was becoming a problem. It was becoming uncomfortable. That led her to a decision. I got to start changing some things. So she started taking some actions, baby steps at first, to just not go to the mall, to do something different. She started to clear out her closet. And slowly, as she was doing this, she noticed, this is self-awareness, thoughts would pop up about previous experiences. And then she started to remember how she felt in high school. And she had a memory that she locked into. In high school, all of her friends on the cheerleading team had their new cheerleading outfit in time for the first game. But her parents had decided to hold out and surprise her with her new outfit at Christmas. Now, they were simply thinking it was a great gift, but she was begging for it. And they didn't tell her it was a surprise. So she'd show up to the games feeling less than, feeling like my parents are either too cheap or we don't have the money or they don't love me enough to see how important this is to me. And that one experience held a very high level of emotion around it. So let's say that emotional level on a scale 1 to 10 was like a 7. So how does that play out later in life? Well, could be like my friend, you become an impulsive shopper. Maybe you spend money on clothes you don't need. One look in your closet becomes a key indicator that you are filling a void. You have 3 of the same jacket. Okay, great. Now we're getting somewhere. Do you see how these memories start to play out in your life? So how do you diffuse the emotional energy around that memory so you can now let go of it and shift into a new pattern of behavior, a healthier pattern of behavior? You create a new memory based on what you want that has an emotional level higher than the past memory. This is why we always want to assume the feeling of the desired result as if we already realized it. We want to create a higher level of emotion with the positive desired results so that we create a new memory, a memory of a future we want to experience. And we let the old memory start to fall away. We do that through the emotion. Now, even if you don't have a memory that has floated up to the surface for you, that gives you a clear indication of what your core belief is, you can simply start to ask yourself questions. Simple questions like, where's my focus? What am I constantly thinking about? Am I thinking about the lack of money? Am I keenly aware that, oh my gosh, I don't have enough again at the end of this month? And you can go further with these questions. Start asking those questions about your family of origin. Is this something that happened? Perhaps that my parents were always struggling with money. How did they talk about money? This is going to start to give you an awareness about your beliefs around money, which again, allow you to make a choice. Yes, that memory may be real, but is the belief you formed based on that memory real? Is it a fact? And is it serving a purpose in your life now? A purpose that's beneficial to you? If your answer to that is no, then you get to change it. If you choose to, you have free will. So you may want to start writing down any negative beliefs you have about money. Maybe you heard that money's the root of all evil, or money causes problems, or money's hard to come by. Those statements are so common. Still to this day, people still hang on to those statements, and they become beliefs that affect how we view money. But you can change those through baby steps and repetition because you're building a muscle. That's it. You're creating a new, positive, beneficial muscle. You're creating a new neural pathway. And that comes through repetition. Change only happens through consistency. You got to put in the reps. So begin by adopting a mindset of abundance, by choosing to adopt that mindset of abundance. Believe that there's enough wealth in the world for everyone, including you. And start using affirmations. Money is a tool that can bring positive change. I am fully capable of achieving financial abundance. Money flows easily and abundantly to me for the value I bring to others. And yes, I would tag on something like that. These affirmations become far more powerful when you mix them with emotion. You have to get into the feeling of what it is like to have the money you desire, the money to cover the bills and still have more left over, the money to buy that home or the money to buy that second home. What does that feel like? You really want to get yourself mentally there. Remember, we want to create a higher level of emotion with our memory. You have a beautiful gift of imagination. We're the only species that has the gift of imagination, and it's our tool to create the life we desire if we use it. We all have it, but we don't use it. It's probably our greatest asset to creating what it is that we desire. But somewhere along the way, we tend to lose touch with it and we kind of push it aside. We're told in school, pay attention, stop daydreaming. Oh, but if you would just give yourself a gift of spending time in that imagination, maybe set aside 20 minutes each day to just get in touch with your imagination and allow yourself to feel your possibilities come to life. It is definitely your greatest asset. And it is where the beginnings of your success is created. Next, you want to set clear intentions. Money flows where intention goes. So set clear, specific goals for what you want to achieve financially. Write them down, visualize them, and review them regularly. The more clarity you have about your financial goals, the more focused your energy will be in attracting them. Use prompts if they help you. Post images of your goal coming to life around your home. Post them in places that you would least expect to see them. Inside your closet, in the bathroom drawer, in your refrigerator. Why? Because every time you see them, you'll elicit a feeling, and feelings are the language of the soul. Your soul's purpose is to evolve. So when you see your goal written out, it triggers a thought that leads to a feeling of what it will be like when you are experiencing that goal, when you have achieved the desired results. And that feeling ignites your soul. Your soul wants to stretch. It wants to grow. That feeling also allows you to start erasing the emotions of an old memory so it starts to fade away and is no longer dictating the beliefs that are leading to your habits, that are leading to your behaviors, that are creating the actions and the results that you're getting. Third, practice gratitude. Practice gratitude, even if it's a small amount of gratitude. Gratitude is the law of increase. So start a daily practice where you acknowledge the abundance already present in your life, no matter how small. Everything in your life, every experience, every relationship, everything is a mirror of the mental pattern that's going on inside of you. So if you don't like the things that you are experiencing, start blessing them. Give thanks for those things that you don't care for. And either they will start to fade away, those problems will start to dissipate, or you will change the way that you look at them and how you approach them. You'll change your energy around them. You just have to find one tiny little piece to be grateful for. Because when you do, you are practicing the principle of like attracts like. And you begin receiving abundant blessings. Fourth, Invest in yourself. Investing in yourself is one of the best ways to attract abundance. This can mean education, personal development, or health and well-being. Because when you invest in yourself, you increase your belief in yourself. You increase your value, and you start to attract more opportunities for financial growth. Fifth, give back. When you give, you create a flow of energy that returns to you multiplied. Give your money a job to do. It could be contributing to others, whether it's through charitable donations, volunteering, or simply helping someone in need. If you think of money as energy, then you realize that energy has to be in motion, because energy is powerful when it's in motion. So you want to keep your money in circulation. This not only attracts more abundance, but it also enriches your life, because giving opens the way for receiving. Life is an echo. What you send out comes back to you. What you sow, you reap. And what you give, you get. Remember, what you see in others exists in you. 6, finally, surround yourself with people who have a positive relationship with money, people who are abundant. You've no doubtedly heard that you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So identify financial mentors and maybe schedule a time in your day to pay attention to what they do. How are they operating their lives? Remember, you're creating new wealthy habits. Look at your bank account daily, not with hesitancy or fear, but with certitude that you know how to put your money to work for you. And you love watching it grow tenfold. The more that you can incorporate these strategies into your daily life, the faster you can create more abundance and a positive financial future. The energy of money is not just about acquiring wealth. It's about creating a life of abundance and fulfillment. By shifting your mindset, setting clear intentions, practicing gratitude, investing in yourself, and giving back, you can attract the energy of money in a way that aligns with your highest aspirations, in a way that allows your soul to stretch itself, to grow, to evolve. I will list these steps down below in the show notes, along with that series that I did on goal setting and those plan of actions for that goal setting series too. And I will be back with you again with another episode of Shift or Get Off the Pot. Thanks so much for joining me here today. If you want some help achieving your goals, you can grab the Success Bundle link down below, or head over to my website, KimKelleyThompson.com, where I have several free resources to help you. If you like what you've heard today, please consider hitting that subscribe button and join me throughout the week for episodes that will help you make your dreams your reality. I'll be back again soon with another edition of Shift or Get Off the Pot.